What is up, everyone? So, man, we are in that like weird limbo of waiting for parts right now for other projects. The stuff for the Supra kind of being a pain in the ass to get, but that's just how everything's happening right now, right? That's just the world.
Parts are back ordered, constantly waiting. Packages are getting delivered, we're not receiving them.
It's such a mess. And well, we gotta do something. I was talking to Tony. I said, Tony, what haven't we touched in a long time that would be fun and, well, something that we could do? And what did you say, Tony?
The Z's.
The Z's. And what's your favorite one?
Honestly, the black one.
I know it because, you know,
SR20,
it's good. But Brian's LS, this thing is now on the road and it's hammering and it sounds so good. It looks good out there and it has inspired me a little bit. And I think we should finally show the LSZ, the original car on the channel, some love, right?
Yes.
Yes.
We gotta move this big mess of stuff and then let's get it down.
So if you guys are newish to the channel and you don't know this car, this is like my original car on the channel. This is the first thing I filmed and this was like my first real build. So this is a 1990 300ZX original twin turbo. Blew up the twin turbo like everyone does, and well, I threw an LS in it. So when I originally put it in, it was a completely stock LS1, just trying to get the car together because I was so broke in school and I just wanted to drive it. So after that, a couple years ago, we sent the heads out to Texas Speed. They gave me the full package. They ported them, did a valve job, put a big ass cam in it, and it made decent power. It made 399, I think it was, something like that. Like it just hit 4, but I think it has more in it. And I think the biggest restriction I have right now is I still have the original LS1 intake. Now, if you guys are familiar with the 3rd gen LSs, as you would know that the best stock intake is the LS6 factory intake. Now, it doesn't look any different than the LS1 intake, but it actually does have more efficient runners. It's supposed to, I think it's actually a little bit taller. Though it might look exactly the same, it is said to make at least 15 horsepower more than an LS1 intake on a stock setup. Obviously, there's crazy options out there like the Fast 102 and other options, but they kind of fit like garbage in here and they're really expensive. For the price, you cannot beat the LS6. So I'm hoping we clean this thing up, bolt it on, get it all ready, and well, I'm hoping to see 20 horsepower gains. That's what I want to see, all right? Because it's not a stock setup. We got some air going through that thing. Hopefully this helps it breathe. The last time this was driven, RJ like daily drove this thing for like 3 weeks and it came back with a pretty bad exhaust leak. As you can see right here, the collector gasket blew the hell out. And before we do anything, we gotta fix that. It's not fun.
LS things today, Z things.
Yeah.
Wow.
Look at that. Raise the damn lift.
Look at me.
No.
Look at me right now.
All right.
I'm at the peak performance, dude. I'm
Sitting in a computer chair, leaning back.
I need a cup holder and a refresher from Dunkin'. Living the dream. Oh man, Donald.
I know.
Interesting.
What's going on?
Oh man, this is how a master tech works, just like this.
I think so. Like you go into the Porsche factory or the like high-end Ferrari dealers.
All right, so if you guys aren't familiar with this build at all, so I used like eBay block hugger headers because, you know, big pour at the time. And then I used my original TT exhaust that I had on there. It's a Megan Racing, I believe. And so I made this little collector tube piece out of my old downpipes. But they just fit very, very tight on the collector because I made these on my back, not knowing what the hell I was doing. And so it tends to put a lot of pressure on this one flange and it'll blow out gaskets every here and there.
Tight isn't the word for that.
What's the word then? Very tight?
Very tight.
Many minutes later.
There you go.
You gonna be a squirter? Oh, nice.
Hey,
Let me taste
how much?
it. Yeah, I was just literally thinking that. I'll totally do it. Just on the tongue.
Okay.
Right? I never tasted oil before. I'm excited.
Who says that?
That's good.
Give me that. All right, which one are we getting? Video isn't sponsored. I can get whatever I want.
Yeah. Sponsored by who?
You guys for watching these videos. Thank you so much.
So write in the comments what we should get and we'll wait. And
Yeah, we'll wait.
we'll come back.
She got high miles. I'll take that.
Is it 6.5?
Yep. We're good to go. Oh man, that looks so freaking cool down.
It does look pretty bad. How sick is that?
I love this. I missed this.
Hold on. Hold on. We moved the car and
I kept telling myself to move it too.
Jeez, James. Hold it up. Tell him what that is, please.
Kooky.
Brand new.
Kooky bumper support. No, Brian can get it straight again.
You ran it over with a damn car, James.
I'm happy to pop my tire.
How did you guys...
I don't know. It wasn't that hard to push.
It really wasn't.
That sucks.
Did it bend?
It's so stupid. Get this out of here.
Yeah, you don't want to look at that.
Damn, this thing is so dusty. Oh my god.
You think it will start?
No.
Find out.
No. Wow.
You gotta feather it a little bit.
Come on.
That-
Hasn't ran in 2 years.
A little squeaky. It'll go away. It ain't no BFD, but it sounds pretty good. Now you, me, and Brian all have LS's.
I literally just said that
I
thing.
love
I was
that.
like, we have to like.
I have an LS1, you have an LS3, Brian has a poor man's LS3. Also, huge shout out to my buddy Jay for letting us hold down his little click ramps right here. Or go jack, that's what it is. So we can move the cars around a lot easier. Huge help, thank you so much, buddy, I really appreciate it. Now, let's get the tires filled up and give it a quick wash before we do anything with it, because she definitely deserves it. Oh man, that's bad.
That was a bad idea. You guys are about to see some serious dust. Jeez. Oh man.
Watch how much dust is about to fly off this.
It already is. Oh man. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Straight smoke screen. Damn, that thing's brown outside. It's so weird seeing him drive that. I tell him all the time, I was like, James, you need to drive this thing. Show it a little bit of love. So he's getting to it now.
It's a good ass car.
Hell yeah. It's crazy seeing you whip this thing. How's she feel?
Great. This car's
Yeah.
always driven like really nice. Because these were made to be a little more higher end and comfier than the 240s, you know? So after driving 240s, which are like the cheap, more raw feeling chassis, every time you go into a Z, you're like, man, this is cozy, you know?
Very similar to our chassis feel.
Underneath, it's an R chassis. My seasonal wash on this thing. Look at the water, dude, it's brown. Look at that. Clean for another year. Man, this thing's so pretty. Best way to dry your car off. Get at it. All right, let's go hit a baseline on this thing. I told you it'd bottom out.
Oh yeah.
I'll tell you what, the car that I started, I guess, all of this with in my mom's garage is officially strapped up to my very own dyno. Like, that's a crazy, crazy, I don't know, it's a crazy thought, you know? If you sent me a picture of this, what, 4 years ago when this all started, I wouldn't believe it. It's cool to see. It's really freaking cool to see. And well, today we're gonna do a baseline on it before we take it all apart to see how much power we're gonna gain with just the intake alone.
Again.
What do you mean again?
No, we'll do it again.
Oh, okay. But it sounded cool.
It sounded great. How does that make you feel?
Seems about right.
383, that's nice.
It's nice.
It's nice.
Well, we have a solid baseline, so now we can take the car apart, do our little intake manifold, and see what it does, right? Since, you know, the LS1 was already more restrictive than the LS6 intake, after we did a bunch of mods to make it want to flow even more air through it, it then becomes more restrictive, right? Makes sense?
Correct.
So I'm hoping to see more than 15 horsepower gains. I really think I should be making around 415, 420 with this setup.
That's what I wanted to guess.
That's what I'm thinking.
That'd be perfect.
Maybe my exhaust is choking it up a little bit, but I don't think it's that much. What do you think from your garage to this dyno? How crazy.
Oh my God, it's so nice to see it on the ground. You know? It does exist.
It does exist.
You know? Wow. I miss it in the garage. I do.
Let's take this thing apart. Me driving this thing is one thing, but me actually working on this thing,
Honestly, I'm shocked it's off the lift.
it looks, the whole feng shui is different in here.
Feng shui's. Look at that.
Different.
And it's been worked on.
I built this car and there was no shakedown. I just drove it.
Yeah.
Don't you just love that?
And it worked.
It just worked.
Can't relate.
Damn, I wish I could do that. Actually, you know, my purple car's been treating me very well. And it's all because of you.
Right, the easiest intake in the world to take off.
Nice. Maybe I should get an LS.
It's kind of ironic because the VG has the hardest intake to take off.
You know, I saw one of these for sale on Marketplace the other day, and I was curious, so I just scrolled through. There's not a spot you could see in the engine bay in these.
No,
Who did that?
That's why I was like, I'm gonna base shape this
Yeah.
mother.
They're spaghetti monsters, dude. Ooh. Well, that's a lot of piece.
Yeah, isn't that funny?
Wait, it's so flat.
Yeah, exactly. There's nothing. Once you take the intake off, there's nothing.
Oh, it's hot still.
Oh, we just did a direct pull 7 minutes ago. Definitely don't flow as good as the square ports like Brian's engine, but the cathedral ports because they look like cathedrals.
Oh.
Yeah, you know, you see it now, Donnie?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I thought they looked familiar to something. Are they really called cathedral ports?
Yeah, it's like a little cathedral.
I'll always remember that.
So check it out. LS1, LS6. At a quick glance, they look identical. For a second, I thought I ordered the wrong intake. But you can tell it's actually just a little bit taller than runners. It's not by much, but clearly it's just enough to allow to promote a little bit better flow, which then accounts for more horsepower. So, oh, I have a small throttle body. I should probably get a bigger throttle body too. That's probably next on the list. You see how small this is? Look at this thing. I didn't realize how small that was.
Oh, damn.
Oh, my CRF has the same style as one.
So one, I don't know if it's a gimmick or not, but it's worth a couple bucks. So the underneath of the intake manifold, right, it gets heat soaked by the engine. And so they sell this like insulating shield right here that goes between the intake and the engine. And they say it gives you so much power.
What's the gains? Tell them the gains.
Dude, the thing says like 15 horse. It's probably
15 horsepower. So it's a sticker that actually adds 15 horsepower.
That's the best thing you've ever said.
All right, we gotta line this up right
You
now.
could probably get something that's meant for your attic at Home Depot and do the same thing.
I mean, at the very least, it'll take a longer time to heat soak.
Exactly.
That's a good sticker, bruh.
And hold tight.
Don't drop.
Alright, so before I had stock LS1 injectors, which are, I think they're only 27-pound injectors, which is not enough fuel for how much power we're trying to make. Right now they're holding up, but they're probably at 100% duty cycle. So I have Brian's stock LS3 injectors, I believe, which are, I think they're 40 pound. All I know is it's enough, but as you can tell, the height is completely different.
God, those are small.
Yeah, I think they'll work. The seat is different too.
Oh God.
He says my only free day is tomorrow afternoon, so I got to figure this out for tomorrow.
Where is this going?
I don't have time to go vapor hone it. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
Oh. I thought you were
Eric's
gonna.
the HP tuner god.
I just don't know how to tune stock ECU on LSs. So, but this is the LS6 intake. Obviously. Can you tell how much different it is?
It looks the same.
It looks identical. The thing that gives it away is right here. You see how there is nothing right here?
That cutout.
A little cutout. On the LS1, I don't know what used to go there, but you have to, there's like a delete thing for it. So those seat all the way down there. So before the mounting brackets sit like this, right? I just flipped them on this side, so I'm hoping that will be enough. Oh, and it looks like
It's good.
it's good. The only problem is the bracket doesn't line up now. Wow, the rail sits so low now.
I like that. Looks sleek.
Because look how high it was sitting before. That height versus that height, that looks pretty cool. Now the only thing I'm curious about is, as you could tell, the seats are different. This goes past a little bit farther, and that could affect throttle response. The LS obviously has a little more room for error than the average car, and that actually doesn't stick out super far, so I think it might be good. So we could shove these in and see what happens. If we don't like them, then we'll just get new injectors. Not a big deal. We're just gonna drill one hole right in the middle, because at the end of the day, these really are just used to hold the injectors down, so it doesn't need a lot of clamping force. These are after car, right?
I don't fucking know.
I think these are.
What are they?
I think they're LS3s.
Find them.
In a box.
Near my stuff?
Yeah.
Gotta be the ones.
Remember, guys, lube your injectors up, or just spit on them, whatever you want to do. That'll work.
No, it won't.
Spit, use
Those O-rings rip like you
So-
sneeze on them and they rip.
You could probably sneeze.
A good sneeze might be better, actually.
That might work. Yeah.
The mucus?
Yeah, that's what we were thinking.
What is the expected horsepower?
I want 410. If I get 410, I'll be ecstatic.
No way that's gonna happen. Plus 10.
Okay, 405. If I get 405, ecstatic. I know, but Derek told me, he came up to me, he goes, you know, I got a lot better with the stock ECU stuff. I think we can get a couple more horse puppies out of it.
Okay, I mean. So now you have to retune my car too then?
No. You got a late model Derek tune. I got an early model Derek tune.
Yeah, this was early model.
Derek refused to touch stock ECU stuff for the longest time. I don't blame him.
He still currently refuses.
No, but he did. But he like realized that he had bills to pay, so he started doing a lot.
A couple more of my bills stack up, Donald. I might think about painting your car. I gotta give Brian more bills.
Look how much lower the rail sits now. How cool does that look? I think that looks super sleek.
You know what? Like, for me, the red fuel rails don't work on many cars, but you have a red car, so it works pretty dang well.
Which is a funny thought,
right?
So Ant just wiped down the engine bay, and it looks so nice again. It cleans up so well. And then I have these EV14 to EV1 style injector adapters that I have from Works. So now I don't have to repin my harness. I just slip these on like that, and I can plug the old style injector plug in.
No way.
If that PCV line wasn't in the way, just like this, boom. Quick adapters, love that.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Just because like injectors are literally one of two plugs, either EV1 style or EV14, EV6, you know. So now we have an LS6 intake, LS3 injectors, and we should be good to go. I just want to crack 400.
You need to get over that hill.
Oh, yeah. This ain't no 4th gen, but it'll do. So Brian has a 4th gen engine, I have a 3rd gen engine, so he has like the square port heads and everything, so they naturally make a little more power, and he has a little more displacement. Besides that, we have very similar upgrades to our engine, so he will naturally make more power than me, but I gotta shorten the gap a little bit. Dude, look how good this thing looks. I keep staring at this. This car is so pretty. Like, it's so, the LS is such a symmetrical engine, and the fact that there's just nothing in the bay, it's beautiful. Okay, so these injectors are what, 30-something% bigger, so
What pound?
it should probably, it'll probably still idle. It's gonna be super fat. So just make sure nothing leaks and everything idles and everything's good. You ready, Tony? No leaks?
I don't
say
see
it's
none.
ready. You
Nope.
ready?
Yeah, no leaks. Any leaks? Any leaks, Steve?
She ready to party? We got bootleg Burton down here. Hopefully tomorrow, do some stock ECU tuning, and
See if the manifold was worth it.
see if the manifold was worth it. This is for the people. The people who are still doing 3rd gen stuff. I feel like I'm outdated now that I have a 3rd gen. All the cool kids are doing 4th gen stuff.
She's still gonna party.
Still gonna party. You should have got a fast like 102. Blah 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 blah. Everything's great. It works.
Good.
It gets tight with that thing in here, and they're expensive. If anyone wants to give me a fast 102, I'll put it in tomorrow.
Brian's getting ready for this weekend, I guess.
Simple green detail.
Cleaning shit out. Yeah, see, Donald? Look at that.
Simple green detail. Look at the power wash.
Bam.
Out tomorrow, bro. We'll clean it all.
Tomorrow on your lunch break, we'll wash it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, leave the keys in it. We'll tire shine the wheels.
Put a screw in that
door molding.
Take
Yep.
this stupid
Literally,
thing off.
this broke after we finished the engine swap.
A few things we ought to do still do it.
Yeah.
Put a couple pieces on the cowl back in.
Find a better spot. For
Yeah,
that
gotta
ground.
find a better spot for that ground. Donald's on it.
Yeah. I'm Brian's tech.
Unusual.
That's weird.
I'm his tech.
You said you had a fire extinguisher or no? I gotta go buy one.
Go to Walmart.
All right, so we got the intake injectors on. I'm super happy. It's honestly, it's like good for my soul just to see this thing on the dyno, not dusty, off the lift. And I can imagine a couple of you guys are pretty happy too, because I know I get at least a few comments every video about bringing this thing out. And as you guys know, there's just always so much stuff going on that when something's out of the way, you don't really think about it, and things get left behind, and you just don't touch things for a while, and that's just how it goes. So, man, I'm really, really excited to see if the LS6 intake is worth it, and well, I'd really like to crack at least 400. So until then, we're gonna end it now. So you guys know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned for more content. We'll see you guys very shortly.